Yeah, so we'll do like 2 short episodes, and the first one's actually on my laptop. This laptop's been through war.
Has it really?
Yeah, it wrote a whole doctoral dissertation, and every chapter was wildly incorrect for the longest of times. So,
oh, that's right.
lots of corrections and.
Hey,
anyways.
Doc, it hurts when I do this.
That's funny. I'm the kind of doctor no one loves. So,
A medical doctor? Ooh, too soon?
No.
Too soon?
There's like a Friends episode where Rachel jokes that when there's an emergency, no one wants Ross to show up with his fossil brush. That's kind of what it's like to study archaeology and ancient literature. So, I thought we'd do like a few shorter episodes. There's one I really want to just bring to the table because of all the chaos around us right now.
There's chaos?
Oh yeah, just a bit.
Is it a disaster?
This trip is a disaster. It's definitely a disaster. But before we begin, I just have to tell everyone that I texted Eric earlier this morning and said, "Bro, I'll be fashionably late." Without missing a beat. I mean, text comes back in like 6 seconds. Eric writes, "Bro, you have no fashion." It's true.
It's true.
Okay, so this one, I don't know when you'll catch this video, whether it'll be like next week or 4 years from now, but this poem was written in the midst of like all the economic madness of tariffs and what they might do or might not do. And I'm trying more and more to just be the kind of person that says, yeah, I actually have no idea what's going to happen with the economy, but instead I've been trying to just lean in to the relationships with people I love.
Yes.
And be a great dad and be a hopeful person at work.
Absolutely.
And I guess just be like a relationally solid person.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I can do. I can't affect like, what percentage of my investments disappear seemingly overnight, or any of that, right? Yeah. So, anyways, but this one's called Peace, right? Because I feel like so many people I'm talking to lately, it's like they have a weight on their shoulders. They're just, and for good reason, but they're just worried about how things are going to turn out, or whether the world is falling apart, and we just live in really tense times. So Peace is just a poem about what to focus on instead.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
All right.
It goes like this. Peace comes when you are ready, and she's not all that heady. Just quietly turns off the news because you'll hear about it later.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, nothing can surprise you, at least not at this point. She gives you wealth from your own accounts, maxims and mantras from the wisdom you collected, reading books and watching films, learning from the older ones and experiences, especially the times you tried and failed. She loves blue dawn and amber dusk because the horizon is clearest, and the impossible things that are possible are nearest to your mind's eye. I found that Lady Peace was elusive for almost every mile of my youth, but now I never walk alone, and she reminds me that we don't do drama.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So just a few things going on in that one. Peace really does come when you're ready. That is, there's a stillness that's necessary inside of you to calm down. And I feel like you can kickstart it in a few ways. By being with the people that matter to you. By, like I said, turning off the news. Because honestly, you'll hear about anything that's really important. Like you can't, unless you live under a rock, you've heard about tariffs whether you turn on the news or not, right?
Right.
So like I made a choice just not to watch the news. And if I need information, I will go and look for it.
Yeah.
But I don't I don't just let someone barrage me with bad headlines every day right now.
Right. No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I like left Facebook, and I basically made it so any social media I do is just text and rock production. Like the creativity I love.
Yeah.
So you might say I'm creating, but I'm not consuming. I'm not consuming anyone's opinion. I'm not consuming whatever article some well-intentioned friend posted for us all to read. And now I'm like, do I have to read that before I see them again?
Right.
Nah, I'm just not doing that.
Mm-mm.
And then it says, besides, nothing can surprise you, at least not at this point. Like, what actually could happen right now after a pandemic and, you know, a couple of recessions and all the disasters we've seen in the last, like, 5 years? What would really shock you right now? You know?
Probably something good happening.
I mean, serious. Like, that's funny.
Sorry.
I mean, I feel like if Tokyo fell into a sinkhole, I would be like, that's so terrible. But yeah.
I get it. Right.
But yeah. Yeah. So.
But the important thing about all of these things, I think, is that the practice of it. Just keep doing it, because eventually your mind will seek the peace. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're like not evolved to go at the speeds we're going at, or to even have the global interconnection that we have.
Right.
We're really evolved to live in groups of about 150 people and solve problems together in a community. So when you take on the problems of the entire planet, you can't do anything about it. And so you can either let your heart rise and fall with the news cycle, or you can deeply own that there are things you can change and things you cannot. And you can go about doing the things you can change and letting the other stuff go.
Right.
You know?
Right. Keep the happiness tight and just keep seeking it, and it'll be automatic.
Yeah. I have a great friend, Seth, and one time I said, like, I'm constantly worried that, like, the human species will just not make it, or, like, society as we know it will end. And he just looked at me and was like, what if it does? And I was like, well, that'd be tragic, because we tried so hard to build something so great. And he was like, yeah, quit being attached to that. What if it does? What if everything does go up in smoke? Could you have stopped it? Could you have done anything about it? Probably not. And Seth's a person that has, like, a deep peace regardless of what's going on, you know? So
Absolutely.
So then I actually personify peace in this poem because I was listening to Our Lady Peace records the night before. So I'm writing about Lady Peace, basically. And it says, she, peace, gives you wealth from your own account. And then I list all the things she'll bring up, whether it's a maxim or a mantra that you heard, or whether it's wisdom you learned from an elder that's older and wiser who shared it with you, or whether it's things you gleaned from books or watching films. And the idea is...
Or out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually really true sometimes. Right? Do you know, just the other day, my mom told me she was driving Ivy, my daughter, she's 4, somewhere, and Ivy just said, I asked God to be with me, and he said yes. I mean, how, like, small and huge is that all at once, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, the people we encounter, big or small, have given us wisdom. And my point is that peace helps you recall what you know. That's the great tradition of, like, if you're in a religious tradition, whether it's Judaism or Islam or Christianity or Buddhism, the idea is you have this bank of wisdom from the scriptures that you've read so much that they're a part of you, and they come out when you need them. The pieces come out when you need them. Like, as a Christian, I cannot help when things get really bad to just say, who by worrying can add a day to your life? Right? Yeah. And that's just a very, very simple teaching by Jesus. Like, you're not even guaranteed tomorrow. What are you worrying about? Yeah. You know?
Yeah, right. Right.
So,
you sure that wasn't a Hillel thing?
It may have been before it came to Jesus. It's in the New Testament.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I've just been reading.
What the hell are you talking? No. No, I think that's I think you're really right though. Like, rabbinic literature is a tradition, and it's hard to sort out who came up with what when.
Yeah.
In fact, they say that if you read through the Talmud and try to get a read on what a teacher's philosophy was, they're not congruent because they'll attribute all sorts of things to, like, Akiva. One day he'll say this from this school, and another they'll have him quote this from that school, and it's the same stuff we see in the New Testament where later Christians are putting words into the mouth of their characters. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the big
Wait a minute, are you trying to tell me that there's a possibility that what's his name didn't say to infinity and beyond? That somebody just put that in
Buzz Lightyear?
Somebody just
he
put
definitely
that in
did. I saw it on film.
Okay.
But I mean, the big idea is, like, your wisdom comes from how diligent you've been as a collector. Mm-hmm. Think about that. That's really profound. Your wisdom comes from how much you've been in the habit of collecting bits of wisdom to help for later. And so if everything that you're putting into yourself is scrolling TikTok reels or whatever comes across your Facebook wall or whatever the news shoves at you, as opposed to intentionally reading something old and proven and true, or listening to music that you know lifts you up from an artist that you feel has something to say that matters. Right? These things become a bank of wisdom that you just draw upon without being able to help it. Right. You know?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So then I talk a little more about Lady Wisdom. She's a cool lady. I'll probably ask her on a date sometime.
Awesome.
I'm just kidding. It says she loves blue dawn and amber dusk, which is just a poetic way of saying the morning when it's quiet, the evening when it's quiet, because the horizon is clearest and the impossible things that are possible are nearest to your mind's eye. The idea being you intuitively know ways that things could be better, and a lot of times the world will label them as impossible, but they're not. They are possible. There are possible ways we can arrange life together. There are possible knobs you can turn in your own life to make things way better. Like for me, a simple thing I did was I turned the social media knob so that I'm only creating and not consuming. Yeah. Like that's the rule I made for myself, and it's been a really good month, even with all the chaos going on. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Can we go back a little bit because I can't remember what you said before, but it is you. I think it was said like this: if someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, who does the gift belong to? The person that was giving it, right? Right. So if I'm angry and I'm trying to give my anger to you, if you don't accept it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, very much. And that's a great image because every day it seems like 1,000 voices want to tell you what to think and why, and who you are, what you ought to be buying, what you need to wear for significance. Yep. You know, and you can reject those gifts because they're really not. They're Trojan horses.
They are.
You know?
Yeah.
I know I'm the only dork on the planet that goes straight to Trojan horses, but there it is. Trojan man. Okay, so the last little bit says, I found that Lady Peace was elusive for almost every mile of my youth. And part of that's because I was constantly inputting things to get me wound up instead of things to calm me down, right? And I was too petulant and I was too like brash. Yeah. But now it says I never walk alone. Like I go slow, intentionally, and I listen. And I believe that everyone around me is my teacher. And I believe that if you quiet yourself down, God or source or the energy that makes it all go will whisper wisdom to you. Yeah. And so this is what wisdom always reminds me. We don't do drama.
Yeah, we do not do drama.
No. All right, want to lay down a beat and we'll see what we get?
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, you want to stick?
Is that new? No, I just wanted to flick it.
Oh,
like
okay.
like a child.
Like,
Out of the mouth of babes. And
don't
Mark.
touch it. You're gonna hurt yourself. Mark.
Probably am gonna hurt myself. Play a hip hop one. No. Play a jazz one.
That would be a disaster.
That always is. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Good. Peace comes when you're ready. And she's not all that heady. She just quietly turns off the news because you'll hear about it later. And besides, nothing can surprise you, at least at this point. She gives you wealth from your own accounts, maxims and mantras, from the wisdom you collected, reading books and watching films, learning from the older ones, and experiences, especially the times you tried and failed. She loves the blue dawn and amber dusk, because the horizon is clearest, and the impossible things that are possible and nearest to your mind's eye are present. I found that Lady Peace was elusive for almost every mile of my youth. But now I never walk alone, and she reminds me that we don't do drama. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. I love the outro, like the like wind down, like from chaos down to slow rhythm. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
When'd you get these blue symbols?
They're a symbol.
Of your blues?
Yes. Actually, they were there's so many things to buy stuff on, and they send you stuff and you reject, and then finally they hit on something that you might buy. And I knew that they would sound terrible, but they look good.
So you basically have them on your set, but you don't play them. Like you pick your Zildans and your Sabians.
Well, I mean, every now and then, like this one isn't too bad.
It's not too great. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's great if you need a clanging and like not an accent.
Yeah.
Like this brand, I feel like they made that word up so that no one but drummers could say it. Is that a thing?
Zildjian. Actually, that's their last name.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was. Never mind. All right.
Actually, this is his brother. It's a long story.
Did they have a falling out?
They did.
Oh, and so they're like the Birkenstock shoemaker and his brother. Did you know there's like two types and they don't like each other?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I like that you've brought them back together in your set.
Yes, absolutely.
Would they, would Sabian not like that you were using Dilgions and vice versa?
I don't think so.
Really? Because the writers of the Bible are that way.
Yeah.
The Deuteronomist wants you to never, ever read the more universalist editor. Never.
Really?
Yeah, they would not like each other. They wouldn't get along. Yeah.
Aww.
Or Peter and Paul don't seem to be fans of each other.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right, Texan Rockers, come for the podcast. Stay for the dad jokes and meanderings.
Oh, speaking of dad jokes.
Yeah. What you got?
A friend of mine, had twins.
Okay.
And named one of the twins Emal. And
Okay.
he named the other twin Juan, right?
All
So
right.
he's walking around showing pictures, right? And somebody noticed, wait, there's only one picture. Why don't you have both kids? Who is that? Well, it's Juan. Because once you've seen Juan, you've seen them all.
All right, Texan Rockers, catch you later.
You've seen them all. You've seen them all.